ang fire prevention kahit talagang hindi na pwede itong building na ito. But in the meantime, mukha namang nakapag-adjust ng yung ating school administration. Nakapag-adjust sila, hindi sila nag-suspend ng klase, naglipat-lipat lang. So now, we must look to the reconstruction nitong nasira dahil kahit na sa labas makita yun structurally mukhang hindi na maaasahan yung mga siyempre yung mga structure dito kaya kailangan na siya at kailangan talagang gibahin. Puti lang hindi inabot yung katabi na building na within 30 minutes naman yung ating mga bumbero within 30 minutes na wala na yung apoy, pero it happened on Sunday morning kaya as usual electrical na naman ang naging problema kaya yun ang kailangan nating bantayan. Siguro we have to send out we have to also, dahil ang mga school room natin, mga school building natin, mga school facilities natin, medyo luma na rin. Yung sa electrical, kinakarga na natin ng computer, ng bagong fan, na yung iba aircon, kaya talagang overloaded na, kaya nagkakaganto. Kaya siguro we have to look at the other schools also. At tiyakin na at the very least, may magandang fuse box para hindi makapag-overload sa ating electrical systems. But in the meantime, Public Works has already been, of course, I've already instructed the Public Works, the Department of Public Works in Iowa. Natignan nila, and what will it take, how soon can we rebuild it? Ang plano yata, ito 2 stories, gagawing 4 story, tapos mga ibang facilities na kailangan. So, in a way, it's an opportunity for us to upgrade the building. It's unfortunate that it had to be it had to have happened because of a fire. Pero pagbigyan na tayo dahil umuulan na, hindi naman maging masyadong madalas ang ganyang klaseng sunod. But yes, we'll just keep going. We'll just continue to make sure that the children are able to attend class, that the teachers have what they want. Yung mga nasirang gamit, we will replace it. School supplies, not only of the children, but also the teachers. Yung mga gamit ng mga teacher. Nakita pa namin yung nandun na debris na sunog. So we'll have to replace that, otherwise the teachers cannot do their job. So that's the situation. We of course are watching our nationals both in Israel and in Iran. And as a matter of fact, we have already contacted all our nationals and asked them if they want to be evacuated. Some have asked to be evacuated out of Israel. Some now, nung una, sa Iran, ayaw nila munang umalis. Pero ngayon, meron nang sinasabi na kailangan at wala silang natatakot na sila kaya papatulong na makalabas. Ang naging problema natin sa pag-evacuate sa kanila ay dahil sa gera, maraming sarado na airport. Kaya naghahanap tayo ng ruta kung saan sila mailabas. But we have been able to do that. And the first batch, in fact, Secretary Kaplan is already on his way to Israel, to Jordan, para ma-coordinate niya both the evacuees from Israel and evacuees from Iran.
Sir, raise alert level 3 or 4?
To?
Alert level 3 or 4 mandatory repatriation?
No, not yet. We generally leave it to each individual or to each family to decide for themselves whether or not they feel safe or whether or not they would like to be evacuated. Already, with the assumption that the oil prices will in fact go up, and I cannot see how it will not, because the Straits of Hormuz will then be blocked if it escalates. The oil cannot come out of its sources, so the prices will certainly be affected. So the subsidies that we have always given, fuel subsidies that we gave to I remember, if you remember during the pandemic, lalong-lalo na yung mga nagpapasada, yung mga paramihan ng buhay naman sila, bibigyan natin ng fuel subsidies. Now we will have to do the same for those who are severely affected stakeholders by any instability in the price of oil. Yes.